Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new, and this is also Pro Wrestling Logic. Pro Wrestling Logic, of course, where we discuss pro wrestling of a wide variety. Over 2,200 of these available for your listening pleasure. We've got the 5th of February Wrestling Challenge as this particular episode. February is a unique time because we're building towards Mania, but we're not there fully. And so Doink versus Gary Davis is up first. Doink still doing the babyface thing, although the Doink thing is he's going to be released in the weeks to come here, probably by summer '95. They do bring the gimmick back a few times, but by summer '95, he's gone on a more consistent basis. Also, kind of fading out the Dink thing. There is also with this being Texas, uh, thing, lots of enhancement talents that are not well known. Doink manages a couple of hip tosses, body slams, and the like. Tries to get under his man's skin, doesn't necessarily get where he wants to. Gets a win with a belly suplex, and then goes for the whoopee cushion that is the final move of the match. Dink's still out there, but they're fading that character out as well. There is a hype back to Raw, setting up the idea of the issue with LT Lawrence Taylor, the football player, and Bam Bam Bigelow, which obviously sets up their main event or starts to tease it anyway. As we go to WrestleMania 11, then we go to Bob Backlund and Raven Clark. Bob Backlund still doing the crazy gimmick, trying to get back into or remain part of the championship picture. Think about this, only 4 months before having won the championship and lost it in 3 days. Backlund comes up after a roll-up attempt there and ultimately doesn't get everything he wants there. Backlund eventually hooks on the crossface chicken wing after a roll-up and a interesting wheelbarrow suplex. The crossface chicken wing is the win for Backlund. Backlund never really goes to the level that he was at. Also, now the hype for the event from the event center by Tammy Sitch, and then kind of Click members are certainly friends going forward there, and live events, Madison Square Garden and the like is what everyone's concerned about here. Diesel and Razor Ramon versus Jeff Jarrett, Shawn Michaels in a tag team match. That is the top billing, which at the time isn't all that bad, although Jeff Jarrett in a main event situation as your Intercontinental Champion would not have been where people would imagine things to go a few months before. The Head Shrinkers out in an enhancement talent match here. Not exactly a huge thing. Also, there was a Razor Ramon hype interview where he talks about getting the belt back from Double J Jeff Jarrett. That's his big thing there. Captain Lou Albano still out there, which I did not realize went all that way into 1995 by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, the Head Shrinkers are Sione, otherwise known as the Barbarian, and Fatu at this point. A couple of unknown enhancement talents take good beating for the Head Shrinkers, and a couple of shots there. Again, back kick and then the big splash from the corner post. Hard shots by, or for the win there. Big running kick from the Barbarian or Sione. And then, a duck and the big kind of mafia kick maneuver. Then we go to another in the series of enhancement matches. This one, Matt Hardy, a young Matt Hardy, probably about 18 years old, getting beat up pretty handily by Tatanka at the time. Tatanka with a couple of body slams, hard chops, and the Samoan drop. Tatanka still a member of the $1 Million Corporation at the time. Not exactly going to be a major match here. Obviously, the Samoan drop leading to the victory for Tatanka. A couple of body slams that didn't necessarily need to be there. Highlights from a previous Raw edition wherein there is, continuation of the Smoking Guns having won the tag team championships. Smoking Guns winning from Bob Holly and the 1-2-3 Kids. Smoking Guns still baby faces, although about to turn heel as we go into midpoint of 95, which is interesting because they've been baby faces from the beginning. The guests finally earning the championships here. Hakushi against Sean Dakota. Hakushi, I don't know if I'd say a failed experiment already, but kind of getting there. Only here for a few more months, probably through the end of the year, and back to Japan. Uh, Certainly, him being brought in to face off against The Undertaker and never getting that far has to be a kind of a frustration point. Then we go, Sean Dakota is his opponent, kicks by Hakushi and Shinja on the outside of the ring, cheering on Hakushi. Hakushi manages a Swanton Bomb, which for the time is a big move here in the early part of 1995. Then we go to the Duke the Dumpster Droese versus Barry Horowitz match. Droese, kind of having been number 30 in the Royal Rumble, might have given him a little bit of a rub, but decent enough dropkick and the power slam trash compactor maneuver by Droese. Droese gets a win over Barry Horowitz in really quick order. Horowitz probably one of the best enhancement talents in the world at this time, or maybe any time. I would put him on a Mount Rushmore of enhancement talents from my perspective. Then we go to Adam Bomb with an interview basically saying he wants to take out Shawn Michaels. We go to a Kama enhancement match. Charlie Hunter is his opponent. Kama basically doing a little bit of ground and pound, trying to lock his man up in some sort of interesting submission hold, front face locks, and trying to get the martial arts thing over. Doesn't really work out all that well from Kama's perspective, but thrust the man back into the corner, punch kick, and Kama gets the knockout. The gimmick never really fits, although he does go into matches with The Undertaker by the summer of this year, belly-to-belly suplex, and other throws and basic maneuvers, but that will close us out for this one. We'll be back with more right after this.